More topics to cover with the wrangle with Liz and Justin, but let's just finish up on that council sending money overseas. You made the point in the break, Liz, that Sydney's got plenty of homeless people.
Yeah, well, according to the latest census, 2021, I'm sure we'd have a lot more by now, given the cost of living crisis, and that was still during the pandemic at the time in 2021. But Sydney's CBD had over 3,500 homeless people. Yep. So if Clover Moore wants to be all charitable, again, doesn't even fall within her remit, but ratepayers would be a lot more happy to see their money spent here at home.
And you were going to say, Justin?
Look, I think let's not say charitable like it's a filthy word that we're spitting out of our mouths here. I agree with most of that. She certainly should have told people what she was up to. I don't like things being untransparent in this world. But Liz, you also made the point that it's a waste of money. The people that receive that money would not be seeing that as a waste of money.
Enough of that. Enough of this.
Enough of this topic. No one's disputing the need.
You said it was a waste.
Justin,
it's a waste of ratepayers' money. Justin, paid it for their rates.
Enough of this. We all agree with the cause. It's about whether bloody ratepayers' money should be sent on it when it's a federal government responsibility. Now, speaking about federal government responsibilities, what do you think, Justin, of the state Liberal leader in New South Wales saying that we need to get more people into this country so we don't get invaded?
You know what though? It kind of sounds silly on the surface, but
because it's
people
silly.
Would have been let's say I'm out of those stakes, mate, if you don't mind. Let's say that there is a superpower country that's been looking to invade us. I'm not naming names, but let's say it starts with C and rhymes with diner. Let's say that there is a country that has been looking at us. Of course, they look at the size of the country and the size of the pop. Yes. That's right. And the size of the population. So they've been looking at it like this for years. Anyone who has seen Australia as a prime bit of land of taking knows that there's no bugger living here compared to the rest of the world.
Why would they invade?
It makes sense.
Why would they invade when they're buying all of our land?
It's a long-term investment. They're like, why would we blow up all our own stuff? We've already got
blow up all of our own farms and mines. It doesn't make much sense.
But this is sheer madness from Speakman. Absolute madness from Speakman. And what I think it is because we're seeing this, what I'm calling invasion by design, in the UK. We're seeing it in America with over 2 million pouring over the southern border every year. The taxpayers fitting the bill for all these illegal immigrants. And we're seeing this happen across the West. But here in Australia, our leaders face a bigger challenge because we're on a ginormous island, so people can't get in as easily, especially since, thank you, Tony Abbott, stop the boats. So they've got to convince us that somehow we need to let in 635,000 migrants before the end of next financial year, et cetera, and so on. People aren't buying it. Yeah. People aren't buying it, and Speakman was rightly shot down.
Silly stuff from Speakman, and I don't think his federal colleagues will be too happy. And we showed you last night how the Europeans are now mouthing almost exactly the same words that John Howard uttered so famously back in 2001, saying, we will determine who comes to our country in the manner in which they come. Now, someone who's creating a bit of strife in Washington at the moment is a dog called Commander, an Alsatian German Shepherd. He's bitten another Secret Service agent. Pity he doesn't bite the president just to make sure that Joe Biden is awake. Here's what they're saying about him.
As you all know, the White House complex can be unique and very stressful. And that is something I'm sure you all can understand. And it is, as I just said, it is unique and it is stressful for all of us. So you can imagine what it's like for a family pet and family pets more broadly.
Well, Justin, at least there's someone with a bit of verve in the White House.
Yeah, poor old Secret Service. They survived the Reagan assassination, but they can't survive that bloody dog. It's a tough world there. It's a tough world, politics, isn't it?
They just got to keep him away from the president because you see Joe Biden sort of wandering around. And you know, he always tries to do a little couple of steps of a jog to show how vibrant I am, but I'm all right. Yeah.
I'm not on my last legs. But if this isn't the best argument you've ever heard for nurture versus nature, which is what I always argue about these biting dogs, I'm saying it, look at the owner, Look at the owner. It's the owner's
It's
fault.
the Secret Service's fault.
I'm telling you, I'm telling you. Well, she just said the same. Not that I've ever agreed with her in my entire life, but she just said the same. The atmosphere this dog is currently in, high tension, etc., etc., and so
All
on.
that cocaine lying around the place. I'll tell you what,
He's
I don't
probably high as a kite.
who owns the German Shepherd. I'm not going within cooey of it. I'm not going to be bitten by it. I'd be scared witless of the thing. Thanks for joining us, Justin and Liz, and wrangling with us again this Wednesday.